Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome. I hope you guys had a great week, and I'm excited to get on here and do a takeover. It is my monthly takeover time. So we're in charge. We can do whatever we want. I'm excited to do this one because it's a free pattern and it hardly uses any hardware. So I think everything is so expensive and hard to get enough hardware for things. So I thought, well, let's do a free pattern with hardly any hardware, and we can use whatever we have in our rooms for it. You don't have to buy stuff. Isn't that great? Okay, so hello, Stacy, Chris, Sarah, Wendy, and Barb from Arizona. Barb, is it hot yet in Arizona? Phoenix is so hot. Whoa, it's a scorcher. When I was a kid, our cousins from Phoenix would come visit us. We lived in Arizona, but kind of in the mountains. And they'd come visit us, and they were always so cold when they visited us. It's because they were used to 120 degrees. They were lizards. Paula, Mandy. There's a lot of good people on here. Shout out to my swap partner who made me a bunch of fun earrings, including these scissors. That's fun, right? All right, shall we do it? So the Wanderlust Tote. I only have an exterior example to show you because the interior and the lining and I had a little moment yesterday. I was to my second to last step of the bag and I cut the wrong line. And I walked away from it. So it's in timeout and I'll figure it out. So this is the exterior of it, the Wanderlust Tote. I mean, I don't know if I did it wrong or if this is just how it's supposed to be, but the top lining lines up, but the bottom part didn't. So whatever, that's how I'm doing it. So it is a cute little tote. It has one zipper pocket on the front. Of course, you could put one on the back if you wanted. You could do a slip pocket. I'm going to do it just the way the pattern says for this video, but you could add all sorts of stuff. So this is zipper and zipper tape, and then a magnetic snap. It's the only hardware. It has these really cool straps that are hidden, so they go in. So we'll kind of do these hidden straps. It's kind of hard to see on that. And I would show you the inside, but there is no inside. How embarrassing. We'll fix that later. I think I figured out how to fix it. I had to walk away from it, and then I was like, oh, that's how to fix it. So you can use cotton, you can use canvas, you can use Vonda Poly, you can use corduroy, you can use vinyl. Hi, everyone. Oh, I love the earrings. Are you kidding me? I couldn't decide which ones to wear today, the M&M ones or the scissors ones, but I decided scissors today. Hi from Austria. Oh, wow. Hello. What time is it there? That lines right up at the zipper. I don't know. Yeah, it lines up with the zipper, but I don't know if I did it wrong. Who knows? Okay, so I'm going to show you what I'm using and what parts you need to make this bag. All right. So for the inside of this bag, the way that the pattern is written is really simple. It's just two big square lining pieces. I'm using water resistant canvas from Wonderground. And it calls for two long strips of fabric for a slip pocket. But you could add a zipper pocket, you could add a water bottle thing, you can add whatever you want. I'm using Wonderground canvas for this part. And then you have two handles. I've done one handle, but this is the handle we're going to do together. It's a 4-inch. And then you fold it and fold it again. So I'm using the canvas for that. Two of those. And then you need two of these. This is the top portion of the bag. It's what this cactus portion is right here. Okay, so you need two of those. You need one stretch of zipper tape with one zipper pull and just a couple things for tabs. And then you just need some little strips to go on the handles. I'll show you what to do with those. And then you need little baby pieces because we're doing, what's that called? Overlays. We're doing, no, that's not what it's called. Facings. We're doing facings, handle facings, okay? So that's that. Then for my bottom portion, I'm using some vinyl from Love Lola. And it's just really cool, like basket weave looking stuff. So this is gonna be the bottom exterior portion of my bag. Put that one right there. And then this is the base piece. And it's gonna be sewn on the outside. So you put together the exterior and then you sew the base piece on after. Ooh, where is it? Right there. Okay. And then there is a zipper pocket on the outside and there's just lining for that. Are we ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. See if I have all my pieces right. Wouldn't that be so embarrassing if I sewed the wrong piece? Okay, no, that's right. Okay. I should read comments. Hello, hello, 6 p.m. I'm not a crazy human being. Yes, I am. Hello, Donna. How are you? Donna, we were tasting some of that salt you sent. It was so good. We're having salt tasting tests. Okay. You guys let me know how the view is. And let's do it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our handles. All right. So I've just taken 4-inch. I've folded it to the center and then I folded it over again. If I had all the time in the world, I would do double stitching on this part, but I shall respect your time and settle for a single. Single stitches are fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not shaming them. They're just not my favorite. Oh, I forgot to change my stitch length. You know what? I'm gonna do it right now because most of that will be hidden. It'll be fine. It's fine. I'm sewing the edges that come together first, and then I'll go to my nice finished edge. You don't even have to do both edges. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. All right. Let's do one more side. Once again, you don't really have to sew both sides of the handle if you don't want to. But I did on my other one, so I need to make it matchy-matchy. Boom. See how fast was that handle? So fast. Oh, really, Kathy Shern? My mom might like this bag. Well, she is welcome to have it. Tell her when you see her next, okay? All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this little piece right here, okay? And we're gonna be attaching this to it. It's part of our little hidden strap things. Oh, thank you. I don't actually know how to do that on mine. Allie, I think on StreamYard, maybe I see them already. I don't know. Maybe I don't. So if someone's saying something I don't answer, then maybe I don't have it right. Okay, I'm going to draw a little square at the bottom of this. because I'm going to sew an X. So I just want to mark it real quick, just so I'm not guessing. Although it doesn't really matter, you can guess. This part will not be seen, it's just to kind of attach it. I'm going to do it on both sides of my handle, making sure that I'm on the same, facing. So both ends, but making sure you're on the same side. All right, and then you're going to take this little, oops, dropped it. You're going to take this little guy here, and you're going to measure up from it. Oh, hi, Amber. You're not in court today, are you? Do you get Fridays off? The crafty reporter has been doing a very interesting case lately. Very interesting. Keep wanting to come down and see her in action. I need to just find the time and do it. Okay, I am sewing this handle right on top of this little strip, and I'm going to make sure that they are both face up when I do this, okay? Now this part is not going to be seen. It's just for the strength of your handle. So the X is just for you. No one will see it. Except your inner soul will always know it's there. It's kind of a cool way to do a hidden handle when you're using when you're using like for material that's not, I don't know how to say it. Like vinyl, you don't have to finish the edges, right? If you don't want to. But canvas, you can't do the hidden connectors the same way. All right, so now what you have is you have a strap with this little guy on there, okay? You're gonna turn around and do the exact same thing on the other side. You like that nifty tool? It's a Jolie Lee tool, and it comes in all sizes. And it just shows you, like, it has the little square and rectangle cutouts in them. That's for the 1-inch strap. It's very handy. At first when I got it, I thought, I don't need this. This is just an extra thing. Turns out I use it all the time. Did I need it? No. Do I love it? Yes. Is the quality of my life better because of it? Yes. Okay, so I'm just doing the same thing on the other end of the strap. And then we're going to do some facings. Just like a zipper facing, but it's going to be for handles. Once again, these X's are only going to be seen by your conscience. Okay. So once you have that little guy in there, your handle looks like this. Whee! Okay. We're going to put that aside for a minute. Oh, things are flying everywhere. You're going to grab your 2 little facing pieces, and you've drawn a box on the back. Okay. So we have to measure where we're going to put these bad boys. So I'm going to measure from the top and from the side. Like this. Like this. Bada bing. And bada boom. And I'm going to put these facings right side down. And my upper portion here is right side up. Okay. I'm just going to go boop. And I'm going to sew around my square or my rectangle that I've drawn on my facing. And I am going to back stitch this part. And I'm going to make my stitches smaller. Just because it's easier. And I feel like it will turn better. I don't know if that's true, if I'm just making that up. But either way, I believe it's true. Oh yeah, okay. Leslie's on here, so she can say what it needs to, what it's called. They're pretty awesome. They come in all sizes. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, I'll grab a couple for you to show you. So the one I was just using was for 1 inch. And I don't know if you can see that. Just a minute. Can you see that? It was for 1 inch. This is if you have a 1 1/4 inch strap. 1 1/2 inch. Look at that baby. 2 inches. Yeah, they're really handy. Okay, I'm just going around this square. Or rectangle, I mean. Just like we would for a zipper facing, if you've ever done that. Which I'm sure you have. I don't know why I said that. Give me a break. Okay, there's one done. I'm going to head to my other side. I'm going to pop my facing face down with my upper strip right side up. I don't know. I keep calling it upper strip. I don't remember what it's called. This upper part of the bag. There's probably a really simple name for it. Contrast bag top. That's what it's called. Whatever. Upper thingy. What did what was the Vegas talk? Need to find a city living within 50 miles of Vegas. Yeah, Mesquite is out there, but you know what? There's a lot of there's suburbs of Vegas that are incredible. It's where I lived for 20 years. It was actually a great place to live. If you've only ever visited Vegas as a tourist, then you don't really know Vegas. Like, it's not the same. So you should go check out the suburbs. We actually loved raising our kids there. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. All right, my friends, I've got my 2 facings on there. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. Hi, Debbie. I'm so terrible at reading comments. Hi, Lisa. Oh, Amber, stop it. Stop it. Okay. And I'm going to cut a little slit in these so we can turn them. So we can turn them. I'm gonna do part of the slit with my roller thingy, and then I'll use my scissors for the other part. So you're gonna do the thing where you cut down the middle and then you go the Y up to the corners here and there to the corners. And you just want to get as close as humanly possible. I want a different pair of scissors though. Where's my favorites? I don't see them. I lost my favorites. I'll use my second favorites. It's okay. I still love you. They heard me say that it was my second favorites. Sorry. Okay, I'm just going right up to the corner, but not through it. They're the smallest facings in the history of the world. Well, in the history of my bag making. All right. That's probably the most tedious part. That's it. Okay, I'm very sad that I can't find my favorite scissors. I'm gonna look around one more time. One more time. One more time. Life will go on. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is just like I would with a zipper facing, I'm just gonna turn it to the other side. Huh. My erasable pin didn't erase, so that's cute. Well, at least it matches, right? I'll have to figure that one out. So I just turn it. Now you see it, now you don't, and it's on the back now. All right. I'm going to do the same thing with this one, and I'm just going to run over to my iron, and I'm just going to press it down just to kind of keep it in place. I shall return. Talk amongst yourselves. Maybe y'all can figure out where I put my favorite scissors. All right. I'm just trying to iron it into submission. Sorry. Okay. Did anyone find my scissors while I was gone? No? Check the trash can. Oh. It's not the trash can. It's my little orange ones that go by themselves. You know what I'm talking about? I just had them before the video started. How embarrassing. Okay, so now you've got your things kind of ironed and faced out, and you've got your strap that's like this, okay? So you're just going to take your upper strip here, and you're going to put your strap into this opening that we've made. Okay, face up, and you pull that all the way through. Okay, so that on the back, you've got this action going on. And then you're just going to line it up. So the bottom and the top line up. Okay, and then you're going to baste here and here, but not through the strap. So just lift the strap out of your way. But we're going to baste this stuff on. And I'm just going to line it up the best I can. If it's not perfect, this is one of those parts that also doesn't necessarily show. We're just kind of getting things buttoned down. All right. No, you don't have to buy me new scissors. Saya, I just can't find my orange ones that I love and my hands love. And I just had them, so I'm going crazy. I'm sure they're here. Okay. Zoop. Saya, how are you? Are you feeling better? Uh-oh, Susan. Little sis is watching, Donna says. I know. I better be on my best behavior. Mwahaha. So I have this basted on here and here. Okay, so now I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to bring this around, making sure that this isn't twisted weird. And I'm going to insert this into our facing opening that we made, like this. Whee! And then just pull it down. Oh, not like that. Let's try again. Feeling a little bit better? Oh, I'm sorry. I wish you were feeling a lot bit better. Okay, and pull that through, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to baste it on the back or from the front. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Hoping for rain today in northern Florida. Rain would be incredible. We would love rain. Make sure you pull your handle out of the way for this. If you stitch your handle down, that would be a very creative bag. It'd be ready for the runway. All those crazy fastenings. Okay. So now we have this. Okay, so now what we're going to do, one last thing to kind of help solidify these handles, is we're going to sew around the zipper face, or not zipper facing, the facing. So we're going to go like this, and then we're going to move our handle out of the way to go on top of it. You're just sewing around this rectangle that we put the handle into, and that's going to help strengthen your handle in there. Go start here-ish. And you can either pull through or back stitch. And you are going to go over your handle on the front part. So you just leave your handle right there. But when you do the upper part of the rectangle, you just have to move your handle out of the way. And so now you're just sewing on that piece of fabric that we attached our handle to, that we slipped through. Now, if you wanted to add more strength to this handle and you were afraid that just that wouldn't hold it, I was thinking you could do an X here if you wanted. You could do a rivet there. But like I said, I'm going to do this pattern exactly the way it is, and then you can make modifications from there. So it's a way to do hidden straps without, if you're not using vinyl, right? No vinyl, no hardware, no anything. Just canvas and a little bit of good luck. Oh, and my thread just broke. That was weird. Exciting though. All right, let's see what happened here. Why did you do that, little thread? I just caught you on something, didn't I? I'm sorry for that. So if you're just joining us, this is a free pattern with hardly any hardware that can be used out of almost any type of material. So you're thinking you'd like to make a bag, but you don't want to have to buy more stuff. This is the bag for you. Hi, from the south coast of UK. Yeah, awesome. You're near her then, huh? Because isn't she south? If I remember correctly. Have you ever been to her storefront before? That'd be really cool. I wouldn't mind taking a field trip to England. Just saying. Only if my boss wants to pay for it, though. Right, boss? All right, we're just going to come in where it left off. Where it randomly broke. Okay. Now, that is what it looks like when you're done. Okay, so you do that 2 times. And if you say abracadabra, it will be done. abracadabra, 2 times. Okay, so I already did the other one. We're doing great, everyone. You're doing great. I agree. The way pattern designers' brains work is it blows my mind how they can figure this stuff out. Okay, I thought maybe I should just glance at the pattern because when I don't do that, it doesn't go very well. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your front. Okay, and I have to full disclosure. On my practice one, I forgot that there was a difference in the size between my front exterior and my back exterior. There's only a 1/2 inch difference, but it makes a difference because the zipper only goes on one side. And I did it wrong last time, so I had to cut my other one down. So make sure you have your front, okay, exterior bottom, and then you're going to take and prepare your zipper to go on it. Now I have prepared these, but I haven't sewed them. So they just have these really big tabs and they're just folded over, and I'll show you how to fold the next one. Let me just sew this one on real quick. Okay. There we go. Tab number 1. Make sure your zipper pull's on there, otherwise you'll be so sad. Okay, so what you're gonna do, she has you just take the 6-inch strip, fold it in half. It's water resistant, so I'm just gonna crease it. That would be amazing, right, Saya? Yep, we've got to get around the States first, right? And then we'll work our way around the world. We're gonna be doing this for our whole life, evidently. You live near the beach? Oh my word. Saya, did you hear that? She lives near the beach. So, okay. You just fold it in half, fold it to the center, and then fold it again. And you slip your zipper right into it. Zoop. Once again, making sure that your pool is already on it. Otherwise, you no longer have a zipper, you have a decoration. And there's nothing wrong with that. No one's going to judge you, okay? You'd add rivets, yeah. Yeah, rivets might be good on that. Depends how heavy and what you're going to be carrying in it. It's going to be attached at a few places once it's all done. But okay, so now you're going to take your handy dandy zipper. You know, I think I'm out of skinny tape. You guys, this is a tragedy in my life. First world problems, right? I'm out of tape. All right, I'm gonna mark the center of this bad boy. Mark our centers. We're gonna put our zipper face down on our bottom exterior front. Once again, there's a 1/2 inch difference between the front and the back. Ask me how I know. Just do, okay? I only use clips on my practice one and my zipper went wavy. So I'm gonna try tape today and see if I can cure the wave. All right, and I want my zipper that way eventually, right? So I'm gonna go face down and then I'm gonna grab my pocket lining. Me pocket. You know what I think I'm gonna do? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, make sure you've got your center. I'll tape that down because I didn't like it the way it came out the other day. And if your machine gunks up with tape, just kind of make sure that you know kind of where your tape is and be aware of it. You could always wipe it too. Okay, so I'm using just this water resistance. You know what? I love the look of rivets too, Kathy. Love them. I think they're classy. real classy. Okay, I'm gonna take this. Oh, I forgot to mark the center. And I've already taken tape off. It's not a problem. It is not a problem. Okay, I'm gonna go face down on top of the zipper, which is face down, on top of the exterior, which is face up. And I'm gonna sew a 1/4 inch pop like that. I guess since this is a free pattern, I can say all the things, right? I don't have to worry about like not saying things. So 1/4 inch, bibbity bobbity boo. Here we go. I should have started my zipper somewhere else. Oops. I did 3/8. This is me thinking if it's going to matter. Well, I'll just do my other side 3/8 and I might have to trim it down. It's fine. I was looking at the wrong line on my seam allowance guide. 3/8 it is. It's not going to matter until I get to a certain part of the bag. And then I'll just need to trim it. Or you could rip it out and do it again. I shall not do that. All right, my friends. Next, we're going to pull this up like this. We're going to pull the pocket underneath it like this. And we're just going to top stitch across the exterior piece with everything kind of folded down under it. Down under. And I'm just going to kind of tug my layers so they don't get caught. Once again, free pattern, minimal hardware. Oh, and interfacing? None. If you're using cotton, of course, you need to put woven. But this is supposed to be a slouchy tote. So the only thing that I have is a little foam for the bottom. Like one strip of foam for the base. That's it. No interfacing. How do you like that? I love this fabric from Love Lola. It's so pretty and it's so soft. I don't know if you guys have ever used it. I've been hoarding it. I used it for one other make and I had just enough left to make this bag. So I decided to stop hoarding it and use it. You guys ever do that? Like it's so precious. Yes, I could. There's a section where you measure both pieces and make sure they're the same. So I'll just have to cut a 1/4 inch off. It'll be fine. All right, so I've got top stitch there. If I wasn't on a video, you know I would be doing a double stitch. But for the sake of time and politeness, I will move on. Okay, next I am going to take my other lining piece of the pocket. And I need to remind myself, since I did 3/8 on that side, I need to do 3/8 on this side. This is me reminding you to remind me. Okay, thanks. Okay, we're gonna go face down on the back side of this. All right, so I'm gonna find my center again. There we are. You could clip it, tape it, baste it, whatever you want to do. I don't like the way my zipper came out when I didn't tape it. So that's why I'm taping. But it is a little extra. All right, that's on the back. And then you're going to take this top part that we already put the handles in. Okay, and make sure your center's marked. And you're going to go face down on this. And it is not going to go all the way to the edge. When I made my practice one, I thought I made a mistake. I was like, oh no. But that is correct. It does not go all the way to the edge. And we will see why later. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and tape this too, just so everything lays nice. Tape for you, and tape for you. Allie, cutting into your favorite fabric is, yeah, your number one challenge. I know, because it's like this better, it's better work, right? You're holding your Springbox fabric hostage. I've only made one with mine. I haven't even cut into my yellow yet because it's so pretty. Okay. Center to center. Now the pattern says go 1/4 inch, but since I already did a 3/8 inch, I will continue on that train. We're riding the 3/8 inch train here. Get my zipper out of the way. All right. 3/8, here I come. Zoop. All right, let's move that zipper back to the back. Okay, now when you top stitch this part, it's a little bit different. If I remember correctly. I should read directions every once in a while, shouldn't I? Okay. So I'm going to pull that piece of pocket that I just put on. I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to pull this up. Okay, and with it facing like this, I'm going to top stitch along the top portion here. Okay, so once again, my pocket piece is facing up and my upper portion, but I have another pocket piece that's facing down. All right, so one's up and one's down. We're just going to top stitch that. Keep pulling things out of your way so it doesn't get bunched in there. Whee! That's my favorite part. Top stitching along zippers. So satisfying. Okay. So now it looks like this. All right. I haven't cut into the checks yet. Yeah, I only have cut a little bit of my checks. I need to get some water. Holy cow, Wendy got 5 bags out of her spring box. Jeez, that's crazy. Okay. What am I doing next, everyone? I think I know what I'm doing next. Okay, good. I'm just confirming, I like to read comments and forget to read the pattern. Next, you're going to turn it upside down. Not upside down, whatever. Right side down. And you're going to pull these pockets to where they match up. All right. Like this. And you're just going to cut the bottom one. because the bottom one is now longer. I'm gonna do this a little easier, so I don't have to fold and do this at the same time. All right, we're just gonna cut this one so that it is the same length as the top one. If I had my favorite scissors, this would go faster. Maybe Teddy took them. Teddy, do you have my scissors, buddy? He says no. He says he's innocent and to stop blaming him. Okay, I'm sorry, Teddy. All right, now you're going to put some tape or clip it or do whatever you want to do, but you need to fold both of these pockets, the bottom part up. We're going to be turning this bag through this pocket later. And so it just helps you have a better finish at the end. So I'm going to put some tape on there. If I had skinny tape, I'd use skinny tape. But I have medium tape. Come on, tape. Give it up. You don't need to be like that. Okay, so I'm putting tape and I'm folding it up. Like this. Fold, fold. I know, right, Allie? It's a rough day. Can't find my little, I know I have a little bit of a spool left of my 1/8" tape.
Okay, cool. So,
But it's probably with my scissors.
okay, so my thought is that
Zoop, zoop, zoop. Oh, Stacy, that moss does fit perfect or match perfectly. It does. Okay, so I'm folding this one up. Okay, then I'm going to sew the sides. Now I can't get all the way to the sides, but just as much as I can get to. I'm just gonna come in at an angle, back stitch it, and I'm gonna sew these sides up. Now in the pattern, she has you sew part of the bottom and then leave a small opening in the bottom. But she was also using all cotton for hers, and I'm using some vinyl in mine. So I'm opting to leave the entire bottom of the pocket open. Just to make it a little easier. Make sure you backstitch that bottom really well. And I'm gonna go. Doop, doop. All right. Now you take your, so this is our front, all right? I'm gonna put that aside. And now you pull your back bottom exterior and you do the same process. So I've already done this part and there's no zipper on this part. So all you have to do for this one is sew these two pieces together and top stitch. And this one I can just use clips. Clippy clips. Yeah, I think my scissors and my tape are off, so we're having a party. Fun fact, last night my husband and I went out with another couple on a double date and we went to an escape room. Have you guys done escape rooms before? It was so much fun. It either makes you feel really stupid or really smart. I felt both at different times in the evening. It was pretty fun. I decided I need to do more stuff like that. Yeah, I could do a double burst, but I'm not sure. Hmm. That's a good thought. I would have more of an opinion if I had completed my practice one, but my lining and we had a moment, and it's not a good moment. I'll show you what I did. Very last possible thing, and I messed it up. I just sat here and stared at it and thought, what have I done? So I didn't put the lining and the exterior together for my practice bag. So I don't really have a good gauge as to whether or not I need a bigger space to turn it. We're about to find out, everyone. It's going to be very exciting. Stay tuned. All right, so once you sew that right sides together, you're going to flip this bad boy up, and we're going to be opening the seam on this one, and we're going to top stitch on both sides. All right. So I'm actually going to do this with my fingers first. It's hard. It's only a 1/4 inch seam. I find it hard to open up a 1/4 inch seam. It doesn't really like to stay. But we're going to talk nice to it. Come here, you cute little thing. All right. So I'm going to go along the bottom first. And I'm going to just keep checking to make sure that my seam is open. And I'm going to do that by sticking my finger underneath without sewing through my hand. That will be my party trick today. Party trick. I have had this fabric from Wonderground for a long time. And I've tried to use it for multiple things, and it was never quite right. But this was oh so right. I was going to use Smoothie Smooth on this top part, but I thought this canvas would be easier for the facings because they finger press better. Okay, awesome. Then you're going to come along and sew along the top side of it. Just making sure that seam is up. All right. Okay, now this is the portion where I may have to trim it because I did a different thing. So it says that my panels should both be 16 inches wide and 16 inches tall. All right. This one's slightly more than 16. And this one, oh, I might have done okay. You know what, guys? I think it's fine. I don't think I have to trim it. It's a miracle. It's a sewing miracle today. All right. Now, what you do is you take some foam and you wrap. This is just wrap. It's got tape on it. And you just wrap it around it. So it's not sewn at all, but there's foam inside of it, and it's just wrapped and taped inside of it. All right. Then you mark your centers, okay? And you put that side and you get that ready for the next step. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put our exterior panels right sides together. And we are going to sew the bottom. All right. And we're going to sew the bottom. Let me make sure. And this time you're going to use a 1/2 inch seam allowance, okay? So it's a little different than the rest of the bag. So we're just lining that up together. Put a couple clips on it. Doing work, a work call, and a little sewing. You know what? Nothing wrong with that. Am I distracting you? Distraction, distraction. All right, I am silly and I meant to wind a bobbin before the video and I realized I didn't. And my bobbin's talking to me. So before I do any fancy top stitching, I do need to check my bobbin. All right, but this part, it won't matter. Okay, I'm going 1/2 inch and I'm just going all the way across the bottom. Now we do end up boxing the corners, but we do it differently. Instead of cutting this square out first, we're going to sew across it. Okay. So once you do that, you're going to open it up, open the seam up, and top stitch on either side of that bottom stitch that we just did. So same idea that we just did with that top part, we're going to just open the seam up on the bottom so that one is facing up and one's facing down. And I'm going to go along one side of it. And I'm just going to keep checking to make sure that my seams allowances are going 2 different directions. And I am currently playing Bobbin Chicken. I can hear it. I want to do both of these seams. These are going to be covered up with my bottom panel. That's why I'm not worried if I run out. I do love the way the pink looks on this teal though. It's pretty cool. All right. Second verse, same as the first. Now we're going to top stitch along the other side. The other side. Dun, dun, dun. Reminds me of the song from The Greatest Showman. Once again, this pattern is kind of written for like cotton or lighter weight stuff. And it's meant to be just a slouchy, more of a slouchy tote. But you could use whatever you want. I'm choosing to use vinyl on the bottom. I don't know why, just because I want to. Is that good enough reason? Hope so. All right, I am going to check my bobbin because the next part, the stitching will show. Let's see how we did. Oh my gosh, I chickened out way too soon. Oh well, got to ditch that thread and wind a new one. Wow. That wasn't even a game of chicken. That was a game of jokes on you. All right, sorry about this. It won't take long. Plus, I need a little water break. Where are we at? An hour into it. Can I finish this whole thing in under 2 hours? Maybe. Just maybe. Now we sit and we wait. Tell me a story, someone. Okay, I'm gonna go fast. It's gonna get loud. Ready? It's very percussive though. It's like tick 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 tick. Listen. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. One bottom. You know you want to. Oh my gosh, my bobbin went flying. Maybe when I go look for my bobbin, I'll find my scissors. Let's see. Nope, no scissors. You know, I did throw some trash away before the video started. Wonder. I wonder if it's in the other trash. All right. You know, StreamYard gives me the um option. Here, let's do something. It gives you the option to do. Tell me if you guys can hear this, okay? Oh, maybe it doesn't work. Never mind. Gives me the option to do music, but I'm not using my computer camera. Well, that was embarrassing. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hi from Mexico. Hello. I'm using a King Max GC0302. Here, I can type that. That's just a lot of. It's going to look like Kasai's typing it, but it's me. King Max GC02. It's equivalent to a Thor. Oh, oh no, the music's going now. What's happening? Stop. I don't know how to stop it. It was slow. I was trying to play music for you and show you what the thing does. And it was slow. That's really funny. So I could play music while I'm winding bobbins, but I think my internet's being dumb right now. Well, now we know. All right, next what we're going to do is we are going to put our bottom panel and we're going to sew it on the outside. There was one other bag we did that. I don't remember what bag it was. Where you do the bottom on the outside of the bag. I think it was one with Saya because we were both like, oh, this is interesting. Who knows? It's all a blur. Hi, Chili's Little Stitches. So could you guys hear that music too? I'm sorry. It's equivalent to a Thor. You guys will have to help me out. A Thor 1181. I am almost positive. Please correct me if I just said something stupid and that doesn't make sense. Hi, Kathy. All right, so now we're going to take our exterior panels that have been sewn together at the bottom, and we're going to take our base that I have wrapped foam inside of. All right, and I have my centers marked, and I'm just going to line it up. I chose to do the same color. You could do a different color if you want. Okay, you're going to line it up on the center seam, And you're just going to sew around it. Beep, boop, beep, boop, just like that. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Do, 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 do. Okay, here we go. This vinyl that I'm using from Love Lola, it's so soft. I love it. I feel like it's so easy. You know how some fabric makes you look better than you are? I feel like Tulip Bee Faux Real and this Love Lola, this particular vinyl, I feel like they make me look better. Okay, I'm just coming and making sure I'm still centered. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay. Okay, that other tote's done with it on the outside. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Wendy, I feel the same. Okay. Here's what you have. Can you see that okay? So you have the base and it's just top stitch on there. Um, I if I wasn't on a video, I would double. But for the sake of time, we're moving on. Thanks, Kathy. I love them too. My swap partner gave them to me. Wasn't that nice? Okay. I have to do this in the right order here. So give me just a minute. Okay. Place the front panel right side. Whatever. Now we're gonna make some markings on this, all right? And I can show you the markings because I've done it on the lining already. So can you see these markings? Is that even, I don't even know if you can see it. We have to do some markings on this because we're gonna be sewing this at an angle. All right, so this takes just a second because there are a few measurements I have to do. All right, first I'm gonna go 1.5 inches up from the bottom. I'm gonna go the center seam, 1.5 inches up. Okay. Like that. And then I'm gonna make a mark 1/2 inch in. All right. Half inch in. Next, I'm going to go to this portion of my exterior. And oh no, okay. I'm gonna do this top part. I'm gonna do 1/2 inch from the sides. I'm gonna draw a line down. Half inch from the side. And it will go over your pocket a little bit, and that's okay. Okay. Next, I'm going to connect a couple things. Okay, I'm going to connect I'm going to do a little 1/2 inch rectangle at the bottom, and I'm going to connect this marking at the top to my 1.5 inch marking at the bottom. I'm just going to draw a big slanted line. I'll show you with my fingers in just a minute, kind of the trace of what we're doing. All right. So when I do my right sides together of this bag, I'm going to sew down like this until I get to my exterior piece. And then I'm going to slant out. And then I'm going to go straight down. So kind of as you go, bzoo, bzoo, bzoo. And it's because we're giving this bag a shape. All right. It's time to clippity clip. So I'm going to make sure when I fold it right sides together, I'm going to first make sure my base matches up down here. And then up here, remember my exterior pieces don't match up. It's my top that matches next. I know, Kathy, I would. If it was just me on my own time, I would double and triple. I did on my practice one. You guys want to see? I double stitched the bottom. So satisfied. Do you see that? Ooh, it's pretty. It's pretty. Okay. All right. All this together. And so the seam allowance is all over the place on this portion. You're just going to follow all the lines you've drawn. It's a little diagram. Okay, let's clip this side. Okay. The kids had a short day of school. My daughter's already home. 11:20. That is crazy. I can hear her up there. She's already hungry. Your guys' teenagers get hungry all the time. She's hungry all the time. And also, she's grown a few inches, so that's it. All right. I'm going to start at the bottom of this side. All right. And I'm going to come, see if you can see this. I'm going to come straight up, and then it's going to angle to the left. It angles in, and then it comes straight up again. Straight up now, tell me. Name the singer. Dee-lee-lee-lee. Thank you. I do love myself a double, triple, whatever. It's true. Huh. Need to check something real quick. Hi. Thanks for getting her.
She has been picked up.
What's that?
She's been picked up.
Thank you.
Let the weekend begin.
The weekend commence. Okay, and now when you get to your exterior where it meets, that's when you go back straight up again, and you're no longer at an angle. all the way to the top. Mary Lou's getting on an airplane. Paula Abdul, you are correct. Straight up. All right. On this side, I'll start at the top. Actually, I think I'll start at the bottom again. Nope, I didn't mark that side. That's why I'm starting at the top. Here we go. If I was smart, I would have marked both sides so I could sew the same direction both times. But I like to walk on the wild side. Once again, you might catch a little of your pocket up in the sides, and that's not going to hurt it. It just closes it off. It's not going to hurt a thing. Okay. Get down to this part right here. And then straight down. Okay. Awesome. Hello from France. Hi, Valerie. Bonjour. Probably bonsoir. If I know, if it's the time I think it is there. Okay. All right, my friends. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim my seam allowance to a 1/2 inch. And because it's like different directions, I'm going to draw lines real quick. It's just going to help me so that my trimming's not all over the place. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to make this bag. But you can, and it's free. Let's go to Country Cow, free download. What I'm talking about. Let's see. All right. Hi, Annette. Happy Mother's Day to you, too. All right. Now I'm just trimming my seam allowances to a 1/2 inch. Right, Teddy? What do you think, buddy? Teddy agrees. He says a 1/2 inch is perfect. Thank you, sir. All right. There. That's it. Now we have one more thing to do. All right. We're going to do a little trimming. We're gonna trim some things so we can open up some seams, okay? I'm going to trim right above where the base piece is. I'm going to clip into the seam allowance. Okay. Well, up to the seam allowance. Or up to the stitching. Whatever. Sometimes I feel like I'm just making words up. Okay. Just do some relief stitching here. Because we actually want to open these seams. And then we're going to be doing a different type of a boxed corner. It's Stay tuned. It's about to get very exciting up in here. Up in here, up in here. Okay, you don't have to use tape once again if you don't want to. But I don't want to have a bunch of clips on this for this next part. So I'm just going to open some seams up. I'm going to take the tape paper off. Then I'm going to open some seams up. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. This is going to help for the next part that we do. Oh, you don't usually get to watch the lives because they're probably at weird times, right? Well, I hope you're having a great, are you Australia? So are you having a Saturday yet? No. It's probably like the middle of the night for you. Right? Oh, thank you. Whee! Mary Lou, you're going to Denmark and Norway and Sweden? Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I hope you have so much fun. That's really cool. All right. Opening a few more seams, and then we're going to do our box corners in a slightly different method. And you get tape, and you get tape. Everybody gets tape. Teddy, do you want some tape? You don't? Okay. He's not even paying attention to me. He does not care. Teddy is funny. If I go to the sewing area, he runs there. If I go to the music room, he runs there. He especially loves music time. It is 1:25 a.m. Saturday. What are you doing awake, you party animal? Oof. Yeah, I often do my videos in the morning here, which is why you probably can't usually watch them live, huh? It's just easier to do them when kids are in school and there's not evening activities going on. But sometimes I do. Okay. Now that we're done taping a million things, are we ready for this next part? Am I ready for this next part? Okay, I'm gonna need you. I'm not gonna need you. Or you. Yes to you. Okay. You can use whatever kind of ruler you want for this part. I'm gonna use this little square like quilting ruler. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this back and we're going to, I'm gonna do something that's either a great idea or a bad idea. I'm gonna clip into this so it will open. And later I'm gonna trim it all the way off. Okay. We're gonna open this bad boy up. Okay, so it's like a triangle, right? I'm trying to make it go. Hopefully even. Let's see if I got it. Sorry, thinking. Okay, so you're gonna open this up and you're gonna measure down. You're gonna go 3 inches across. So you have to find where 3 inches across fits. our hits. So I'm gonna go here. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this. Probably you can. Okay, if I come down this far, then it is 3 inches from here to here. You want 1.5 inches on either side. All right. And it is thick. So we're going to sew across that line. Okay, I'm gonna go and do the other side first. I am using the wrong scissors, that's funny. Do the same thing for the other side. I'll clip into this so it will open. Open, open. You guys remember that commercial? Open, open. Oh, happy birthday, Mary Lou. Are you kidding me? Is your birthday trip that you're doing? It's a great birthday trip. Pictures, please. Pictures, please. I have never been to Europe. Someday. Okay. You just kind of have to get it to lay down. All right. So here we go. We're going to do the same thing. There's my line, my 3 inches. And now we're going to sew that one. There we go. All right. So now you've sewed both corners like this, and you're just going to take scissors and you're going to trim it. Okay? You're going to leave about a 1/2 inch. It leaves you with this part right here, and I just trim that off. It's not holding anything anymore. Same over here. Trim it. Whee! And then this little part, I'm just gonna go whee! Things are flying everywhere. All right. This is a big moment. You guys, you know what this part is? You guessed it. Turn and burn. Poke the corners out. Poke, poke. And here's our exterior. Oh, it's cute. Okay. We're gonna put that aside for a minute. Now we're gonna work on our lining. So you're gonna take your 2 pocket pieces and you're gonna put them right sides together. All right, and we're just gonna sew along both of the long sides. Oh, it's your husband's birthday. Well, happy birthday to whoever is giving you the occasion to go to Europe, right? It's awesome. All right, we're just gonna sew along the long sides. Right sides together. Thank you. I love it too, Kathy. I think it's really cute. My mom got him here at the beginning of the video. and said, your mother would like that. So I think it's been claimed. Mama Swag wants it. She shall get it, and it shall be hers. All right. Okay. Boop. Boop. I'm going to trim the corners on this, just so when we turn it, it won't be bulky right there. All right. Hi, Susan Howard. I agree, Kathy, that teal color is gorgeous. I'm sad that I used my last of it. But we will go on. All right, you basically end up with this tube here. Okay. And I'm just going to use this to poke this out. In my practice bag, I didn't take enough care to do this part, and I had to redo it. Okay. So along one side, you're going to top stitch. This would be the top of your pocket. So I choose this side. I choose you. All right. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this bottom. Hello from the northern part of Norway. Well, Mary Lou's coming to you, it sounds like. She's coming to Norway and you're in Norway. My brother works in Norway a lot. He says it is beautiful. Okay, so once you have that pressed kind of the way you like it, you're going to grab one of your lining pieces. And you're going to measure up 5 inches from the bottom. Okay. And you can tape it if you want, but I'm actually just going to hold it. And I'm going to sew now around the other 3 sides that I haven't touched yet. The sides will eventually get put into the seam allowance, so they're raw and it won't matter. We're just going to tack this on. This is just a big slip pocket on the inside, and we're going to divide it into 3 sections. Awesome. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some markings 5 inches in from each side. All right. So 5 inches here. and 5 inches from this side. And that's where I'm going to divide my pocket. Just get a few things out of my way. Okay. Oh, thank you. An incredible Sky Swag person actually made these for me and sent them. Isn't that so sweet? These earrings. Okay. Okay, there's one divide. And you could do that all at once. I could have gone up and down. To tell you the truth, I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. It's okay. Well, because I'm just following the pattern. That's why. Okay. I remember one bag I made. I was putting a slip pocket on and I sewed the top. It was great. So try not to sew your top. All right, so now we have a lining piece that has these pockets, the slip pockets, okay? I have my centers marked, and the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a marking for my magnetic snap. Now, you don't have to do a snap on this if you don't want to. I'm going to. For funsies. Okay, and while I'm at it, I'm going to measure my other piece also needs that. And it's 1.5 inches down, centered. All right, so let's get our pieces. So we have a male, a female. Is that gold? Yep, that's gold. Just a second. I meant to get nickel. I have a hard time sometimes in certain light seeing the difference between them. You're nickel. All right. So we're gonna make some marks and some slits. Some marks and some slits. Teddy, Teddy, hey. He's chewing his foot like crazy. Teddy, stop, dude. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. Okay, I'm putting a little interfacing behind it just to give it a little strength. And I like to fold mine in, but you can fold yours out if you want. Any, outie, doesn't matter. All are welcomed. Do you just love working on your industrial? I love it. I feel like an industrial machine and good fabric like makes you all of a sudden way better. Like it's not that you're better, but everything else around you is. I don't know. I do still use my Juki for my TO 2010 for a few things, especially for cotton stuff. But I will admit, the industrial just makes everything easy. And I never have to adjust tension. You know what? I should have said that out loud because you know what's going to happen now, right? But whatever. And I told Kasaya not to buy me this machine. She goes, I'm getting you an industrial. I said, no, I don't want one. I said, my other one's fine. And then it showed up and I was annoyed. And it's the best thing ever. So nobody tell Kasaya, but she was right. Don't tell her though. She doesn't need it. She doesn't need that. She doesn't need ego. I dropped my washer. I lost it. Guys, after this video, I'm going to go on a treasure hunt. Lord. Lots of things. It's crazy. My area's not even messy, so I don't know where it's going. All right. Let's fold this guy down. You sew on a vintage and she is a workhorse. Yeah, that's cool. Those vintage machines are incredible, aren't they? All right. So once you have your magnetic snaps, if you want them, and your slip pocket, if you want one, then you're ready to sew your lining together. Isn't that awesome? So fast, right? So I better read directions for just a minute because we're getting close to where my lining and I had some words. We had some words yesterday. Sure. Mm-hmm. All right. Are we ready? Okay. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our lining right sides together. And I'm just going to snap them together like this. And I'm going to sew my bottom together at 1/2 inch. All the way across 1/2 inch. Now, if you wanted to do a double turn, you could leave a section open in the lining. But we're going to attempt to turn through the pocket. We'll see if I regret my choices later, okay? Now, I went ahead and drew my lines yesterday on this just because I didn't want to take the extra time on the video. So now I'm going to follow my lines and I'm going to sew around the sides. Just following all the things that this little diagram, down, then out, then back down. And you will be sewing over your pocket a little bit. Okay. I'm just okay. I'm just continuing to make sure that I am not missing something here. Yeah, I was supposed to press up at that seam. Was I? No. I think I was supposed to press open this seam. Okay, I'll come back and do that. All right. Before I trim, I just need to undo one part. I was supposed to press open this bottom seam. Look what I found. I found them. They were just in the wrong compartment. I have different compartments and I didn't see it. You guys, everything is better now. Everything is better now. I just want to note that this is the first time I'm ripping any seams out. Not bad, not bad. All right, I was supposed to open that seam for this portion. Okay. Got it. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing on the lining that we did on the exterior where we draw a line 3 inches down and all that good stuff. All right, so first we're going to trim our seam allowance. Now, my friends, this is where I went wrong yesterday. I will show you what I did. I was so excited, I was making my example. I had my lining all sewn together, it was all going great. I drew my lines so I can cut my seam allowances, but I also had a line at the top. And I wasn't paying attention. Instead of cutting down the side, I cut the top of my lining. So I just walked away. Okay, so I'm going to draw my 1/2 inch. I'm going to cut the seam allowance. We're going to box the corner. And this is it. We're putting our layers together, which I haven't done because the other one didn't work out. So here's to hoping it's no big deal. All right. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, it looks like it. I was trying to look at pictures too. It's like the top part matches up, but the bottom part doesn't. And I was thinking, if that bothers you, you could put, I don't know, a zipper on both sides. I don't know. Everything's better now that I found my scissors, you guys. Everything's gonna be all right. Don't worry about a thing. Everything gonna be alright. All right. What are you gonna do? The box corner thing. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm happy too. Cause everything. Oh, Heidi from Vegas. All right. Oh, you know what I need to do real quick? This will help. This will help. This will help. I need to open up some seams. I should do that before this next step. I should. I will. All right, we're just gonna tape this thing like it's going out of style. Boom. It is a great song, isn't it? Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Mm-hmm. Sound effects are always optional. Highly encouraged. Right. We're just going to get these seams out of the way before we box those corners. It will make it better. And it will make our last steps so much better too. All right. Now we got the tape on there. We're just going to put it all up and out of the way. Oh, how fun. Third grade choir. That was really cute. I do miss all that end of the year music stuff. And it was crazy. Both are true. It's chaotic. All right. I know this is tedious, but hopefully we will thank ourselves in just a minute when we put our layers together. Right, Carrie? Right.
I just found our new dance.
You did?
And it looks like Homer can actually do it.
Amazing. Hopefully our future self thanks our past self for doing this. But our current self is thinking, is this worth all the time this is taking? I was thinking maybe I could do this in 2 hours. Nope, we just passed it. Oh, it's in 5 minutes. Not gonna happen, people. Don't you hate it when the paper on the tape just wants to bring the tape with it? It's so greedy, right? All right, and I am just trimming this excess pocket part out. Bye. Bye now. Bye. Okay. Phew. Here we go. That was tape Mageddon there. Oh, thanks, Helen. I love the eggs too. It was a gift from someone. So sweet. All right. If I did this right, I'm going to box this the same way I did. Wow. Oh my God, this is looking different. Okay, there we go. Got it, got it. Okay, we're gonna just put your ruler until it is sorry, this way's better. Till it's 3 inches across. Let me just move. I can't stand having clutter. Makes me crazy. Okay. We're just sewing across the line that we just drew. All right, and then we're gonna do our other side exactly the same. So it just looks like, oh, I got a wrinkle in it. I'm gonna look inside and see if I care. No, I actually think it'll be okay. It will be okay. So I guess mental note to self, make sure all the material is super flat under your fingers. Boom. And right there. Whee! So along that one. Hope for the best. You're right, it's not a race. I just feel like my videos are always extra long. Oh well. Saya, we're almost there. And so far, I've only had to seam rip once. And it was only like 3 stitches. Ugh, I actually really hate, okay, I really hate that wrinkle, you guys. All right, correction. I'm seam ripping twice. I can't do that pucker. I can't do it. Because it's more than a love pucker. It's like a full out midlife crisis, you know what I mean? You need to pull out your own seam ripper and find some privacy. You had to reopen a lining and wrestle a travel bag to reattach a luggage sleeve. Oh, yep. We just need to seam ripper and some privacy, my friends. That's all we need. And sometimes we can have it, and sometimes we're on a live video, and we cannot. All right. Oh, that makes me feel better. That just didn't need to be there. Okay. Trim this one down. Zoop. All right, this is the part I didn't get to yesterday because you know why. All right, so now we're gonna take our interior and we're going to put our exterior on the side of it. I have to think about this for a minute. If that's the front and that's the back. Yeah, okay, got it. Make sure your handles are pushed down and out of the way. Front to front, back to back. Got it. All right, we're gonna clip this together at the top. And we're gonna sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And these handles are they have a little bit of a personality. So just make sure they're not trying to come up and join the party up here. Just push them down. Line up your sides, your front, your back. You can do it. I feel like we're almost there, but I shouldn't say that yet. Princess in the house. Hi, Princess Di. How are you? All right. I think we're good. So we're gonna go 1/2 inch around this bad boy. First, I need a little swig. It shouldn't matter where we start. We're just gonna do it. Just making sure your handles don't sneak their way up into your party. Oh, you got your spring box? What you gonna make? I almost used some of my spring box stuff for this, but I thought, no, it wasn't speaking to me for this. It told me it wanted me to wait for something else. So I said, okay. All I've made so far out of my spring box is a laptop bag. And I love it. I mixed it with other material. And I really loved it. Okay. That is all the way around at a 1/2 inch. Okay. Now I'm going to pull the exterior out. I don't think I pull it through though. I think I pull it out. This is the part that I didn't get to yet. So we're gonna learn this together. Pull your exterior out. Okay. And then we're gonna put it, oh, wait, what? Just a minute. Lining is underneath. And I'm gonna clip my box corners together. You guys, I didn't even look at this part of the pattern. I actually don't know if I'm doing it right. Oh my gosh. I used the Morning Post. In fact, let me show you. See, I mixed it with this more faux purpley stuff with little checks. And I used these little pansy pulls that came with it. And then I did the pansies on the inside. So it's kind of like my own take on the spring box. What do you think? And I put this too cute to be ordinary. Wait, I can never figure out that tag. Okay, now I need to focus. Do I really need to sew these box corners together, you guys? Oh, I know, her double pouch was so cute, right? Carol, yes, the spring box is sold out. Now, luckily, when we did the Cupid box, that thing sold out like so fast that I don't think most people had a chance. This one took 5 days. So hopefully when we do our summer box, people will have plenty of time to get it. We want everyone to be able to have it if they want it, but we don't want extras. So it's hard to know the exact amount. Okay. Do I have to do this? You guys, I'm worried because I don't know if I'm doing it right, but all right. It says to do this, I think. I'm sewing the box corners together. We're going to just do it, you guys. What could be the worst thing that can happen, right? We're just going to do it. I mean, sometimes I think something's not necessary and then I don't do it. And I think, oh, I should have trusted the designer, person who made the bag. All right. Oof, the foam, between the foam of this bottom and the vinyl, that is some thick stuff. Sure. It says fold it down so the bottom of the corners and the lining exterior are touching. Okay. Okay. All right. You guys, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I'm doing it. But I've decided I don't need to always know why. I should just trust the people who wrote it. All right, so I'm sewing these two together, these two box corners at as close to the seam allowance that you already have as you can. My foot got caught on the seam. Just a minute. Whee! Well, I hope this is right. If it's not right, well, doesn't matter because we're doing it. Trust the process. Okay. You are all correct. We're just gonna do it. I don't know why I didn't look at this part. It's because I didn't get to this part of the pattern. I just assumed, oh, okay. We'll just flip it out, top stitch it, it'll be done. Surprise, surprise, surprise. It'll keep the lining down. Okay. Well, I shall see if it's, I mean, whatever. I will trust Joe, who wrote this pattern. And I will just do it, right? Right. It's actually not that I don't trust the pattern, it's that I don't trust that I'm looking at it right. So I'm trying to just look at it and understand and make sure I'm doing this right. Otherwise, when I turn this, it's going to be very creative. All right. Trim, trim. Trim, trim, trim. Okay. Turn the bag right side through the pocket. Where's the pocket? Oh, there's the pocket. All right. Turn the bag through the pocket. This is the moment. This is the moment. Okay, that side looks okay. It's these corners I'm checking, like, did I do something? Did I do it right? Oh my gosh, you guys, I think it's worked. Oh my gosh. That is really cool. Okay. Push that down, push that down, push that all down. Push that down. This part comes up. Okay, okay, okay. I'm just trying to work this with my fingers to get it all met up okay. And then I need to look inside and see, oh, I see what that did. It holds the lining there perfectly. So I can see why you don't have to do it, but it helps. Okay. I assume I will be top stitching. Should I make any assumptions? Pull the zipper pocket out, it says. I think I'll top stitch and then I'll close the pocket. What do you think? Okay. This is really cute. Look, it's a slouchy tote. Oh, okay. So let's top stitch this. I'm gonna put a few clips in it. Can't wait for the summer box. This time I'm setting a reserve on my bank account. Yes. Yes. Hopefully give plenty of time, right? Plenty of notice. We don't want to spring it on you. It's like putting socks on a cat. Thank you. It is really cute. It's a free pattern, guys. Do you guys want me to stop the video now or top stitch? Like, are you over it? Because I need to stop. It shouldn't take too long. You know what? We're just going to do it. We're going to finish the whole thing. Okay? You're okay, right? These layers are, they're giving me fits. Ah, duh. That's why you don't close up the pocket yet, right? Oh, there is one love pucker. But it's really cute. It's totally fine. Ah, clips are flying. Top stitch, top stitch, top stitch. Okay. Yes, thank you, Allie. It took me a second to realize I could do that. This type of canvas, I really like that you can kind of press it with your fingers and it stays. It's very nice. All right, so now I just need to decide how I'm going to top stitch it. Am I going to go face down on the table? Yeah, I think I can. It's squishable. Okay. I think I will not start in the front though. That would just be silliness, wouldn't it? Silliness. Where do you store all your bags? I try to give them all away. I have some just sitting around, but a lot of my bags, a lot of my sews end up going to our Patreon raffle that we do every month. Sometimes I have friends who say, I want that. But yeah, it would get crazy if they were all here. My mom got on the beginning of this video and said, I want that. I'm like, all right, it's yours. Oh yeah, this canvas is so easy to work with. This is the Wonderground canvas. I really do love their canvas. If you've never shopped at Wonderground, they have a really good variety of stuff. The bonded poly is great. Their canvas is great. I love their wax canvas and their corduroy. Oh, you wanted this one? I'm sorry. Mama Swag totally beat you to it. Dang it. Otherwise, I would have given it to you. All right, I'm getting close to my magnetic snap, so I'm just kind of going slow. There's plenty of space. Plenty of space. I know, she was fast. She was on here right away at the very beginning. She said, your mother would like that bag. And first I thought it was just a random person. Then I realized it was my mother who was saying that. Oh, my foot just fell off. That's adorable. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay, we just need to sew up a pocket, you guys. And then we'll do a little show and tell. All right. Oh, I was looking for the pocket inside. It's on the outside. I'm like, lost my pocket. All right. In the pattern, it says to sew the pocket up first and then top stitch. But I have learned from Kasaya to wait. Wait to sew that pocket up just in case you need to get your hands in there, which I did need to get my hands in there for the seam. So thank you for the Kasaya that is inside my head that told me that. All right. Put this in there. I think my WNBA team is playing today, like right now. It's opening day of the season, you guys. Preseason's done. We're in the season. I'm hoping I can catch a few minutes of it. Oh, yes. Thank you, everyone. It is Love Lola. I wasn't looking up. She, at one point, had it in all sorts of colors. I bought it in black, which I made a bag out of the Rochelle. I made it out of this. And then I bought it in this teal color. And I've kind of been hoarding it. All right. Push that pocket in. We're gonna push that pocket in. It's gonna be some fun. We're gonna push that pocket in. We're gonna push that pocket in. All right. It's so cute. Okay. Here it is. The Wanderlust Tote by Country Cow, free pattern with these hidden strap connector with facings and all that. One zip pocket in the front. Mama Swag, are you still on here? One zip pocket in the front. You could easily do one somewhere else too if you wanted. This is just the way the pattern's written. And then on the inside, there's a slip pocket that's divided, but you could easily put a zip on the inside too. But it's just, I think it's meant to be just a more casual, fun little, no interfacing except for a little foam on the bottom. That's it. You guys, what do you think? I think I need to fix the lining of my practice bag and finish the practice bag. That's what I think. All right. My sewing friends of the internet, thank you for joining me on this Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. And that's all I have. Bye. Thanks for hanging out. See you guys.